Lee Armstrong says Isaac Price is going to need a bigger shelf if he continues this form throughout the rest of the season. Welcome to Pastures Green. It's 20 minutes of West Brom chat. Delighted to have your company. We are joined by Ben, Aaron and Dean, who of course are fresh back from the Baggies' first trip in a league format to Wrexham. But looking back at all the goals and all the drama that's come out of it, we review the good, the bad and the ugly of all the social media takes from the game. And we're delighted to have you along with us. How are you all doing, fellas? Dean, how's your trip to Wrexham?
Still getting used to the hangover, but yeah. Excellent away day. Nice. 2 games.
Brilliant. Coming up this week, then, we are talking about how good is Isaac Price. We're looking at the Baggies that left us in the summer. Have the club made any errors in the players we've said goodbye to? And the Premier League is back, but do we care? Plus, what do you think of the Baggies home kit this season? I know there's not much you can do with it, but where's it rank in terms of your top 3? Thanks for being with us. Right then, Ben, you put Wrexham to the sword. And before we get going on the tweets, we must send out an apology to Sheelan Patel because a young man on here decided to tweet this out. Okay. Now, Aaron, you are obviously not talking about all Yank here, are you? Just
no.
Support Wrexham.
Just the ones from Hollywood.
Okay, brilliant. Right, Ben. Sum up that game for us. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, unexpected, I'd say, to be honest. You know, we obviously won it up. When they equalised, I'm sitting there thinking, I've seen this film before. We know what's coming. You know, even throughout the second half, you think any time now they're gonna get one. You know, but credit to us. You know, Mason made the subs and it went absolutely perfectly for him. Johnson with the assist, Wallace with the finish, and then we were really professional to see it out, which is really promising. Something we failed to do over the last sort of 12 to 18 months. You know, our away form has been shocking the last 2 seasons. I think this was our first one since November. So hopefully that kind of shifts the tide a bit of that mentality and kind of what we've been able to do, which is positive, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a couple of West Brom fans I've seen, Dean, that have said, look, can we just calm down a bit here? We beat a poor Blackburn side. We beat, we played a poor Blackburn side. We beat a poor Wrexham side. Both sides are going to be in the bottom of the league. Let's just calm down. But, I mean, you've had some torrid away trips last season, haven't you? Travelled a lot of miles, spent a lot of money, seen some garbage football. Let's just we can be excited, can't we? To see an away win like that in that magnitude, can't we?
I think it's been 3 decent performances. Even the League Cup game against Derby, you know, for 90 minutes we're all over him. It's just a calamity mistake at the end, but 3 good. I quite like the football we're playing. 3 good performances. So let's enjoy it while we can.
Absolutely.
The bubble will inevitably burst.
Yeah, till the bubble bursts, yeah. Harry says, Aaron, we've got to give Mason some credit. It's his first job in senior football and his subs have changed the game. MJ was shown why we need to persist with him. Happy for Jed to get a goal. And Isaac Price, who we'll come on to in a minute, I have no words to describe him. Just an absolute genius. Plenty of positives. Yeah. You agree with all that, Aaron?
Well, I mean, it's hard to disagree, really. I think everything he said there is pretty much correct. I mean, you know, it's Mason is still the unknown, in my opinion. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, you know, what he's shown so far and what he's got out of the team so far has been really, really, really good. Don't think there's a lot of negatives. Obviously, there's always room for improvement, but you know, the positives vastly outweigh the negatives. You know, some players have obviously been revitalised. I mean, Price, to name one, obviously he's just been outstanding so far this season. And I think I sent a tweet earlier how mad it was that, you know, Moby played Price as a wing back last year, and I thought, well, you know, it takes one. It obviously takes a decent manager to know where to get the best out of players, but like I say, everything's been positive pretty much so far. I mean, I don't think anyone can really have a bad word to say about Mason.
Yeah. Ben, let's just focus on Isaac Price for a second then. What is it that you're seeing differently? I mean, Aaron alluded a little bit to it there in terms of positions, but what are you seeing different about his? He's been getting more freedom, some people have been saying. He looks confident. Some people are saying he looks happier this season as well.
Yeah, I think like what Aaron said, you know, we found a position for him which is going to be just behind the striker. I think Hegerber's forward play is really crucial to Price's play. You know, we saw it for the header. His movement kind of opens up that space for Price to run into, which is working. I said last week, you know, I think we'd miss Price a lot more than we'd miss Fellows if we were to sell someone. You know, Price not only gives us that creativity, but that press. You know, he's constantly pressing centre backs. You know, he drifts between the defenders really well. You know, and he's clearly got a goal in him. I think the goal he's got against Blackburn last week was only like his third professional goal. He's got two more at the weekend, so he's obviously adding goals to his game, which is something that we lacked last season. So hopefully that kind of scoring run continues, and if we get a midfield that's going to get us 10, 12 goals, then that's only going to be a plus point for us.
Yeah. Cheers, Ben. Who else shone for you, Dean?
As you mentioned, Hegebo, or however you pronounce it, I think his hold-up play is excellent. You know, he's not going to be a prolific goal scorer, I don't think, but what he does, it's perfect for the likes of Price, Fellows even, and Grant. You know, he just hold it up and give him a chance to get down the pitch. So, yeah, I thought he looked good. Still a little bit concerned about the back, particularly the keeper. Needs a couple of silly goals again. But, yeah, on the whole, really good. Most of them come out with credit, I think, on Saturday.
Yeah. I mean, I'm genuinely looking forward to this. Usually we've got lots to moan about, but I genuinely couldn't find a single tweet which was having a go at anyone. It's a really happy camp. We've done that one. Sorry, this one. Luke says, Aaron looked good and deserved it. I can see what RM wants to do, and it looks good. Price is class. Can we hold on to him? Campbell looked very good. Hegebo's a machine. MJ has to start. Right, on that point, do you agree? And it was great to win for those long-suffering away fans.
In terms of the Johnson point, it's really difficult because Johnson and Grant, in my opinion, for the left-hand side role, they're very different. I mean, they're similar in the sense that they both like to come inside, but I think they both just offer a different kind of play. And it's all really down to what Mason feels is best. I mean, Johnson's obviously a very quick player, and obviously, you know, he's got a lot of energy to burn when he comes onto the pitch. And I feel like sometimes bringing that kind of player on when, you know, you need a goal, you need a bit of energy in the team. It's good to have that kind of player on the bench, but that's not to say that it should only be a bench player and come on with, I don't know, 15, 20 to go, wherever it may be. I think Grant's not a bad player, and I think we saw that at the start of last year, and it was for quite a prolonged period as well, where he was, you know, he's in the goals a lot, and you know, he's obviously got that kind of, well, he's obviously got the firepower in him to get a good few goals. He's scored 18 goals for us in the past in the league. You know, so there's obviously a player in there. So it's a very tough one, in my opinion, to decide between the two. But I think it's harsh to say that one should start and one shouldn't, because, like I say, you know, each game can ask for a different kind of player, and that's what is probably Mason's thinking about in terms of getting the right result.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah, we'll need to leave the Wrexham game for one side there and focus, of course, on what's to come at the weekend, Ben, which is old friends Pompey back in town. Shades of the Great Escape, obviously in this game. Do you remember that one?
Yeah. I was about 13, 14. Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. So down as one of the greatest.
Sorry, Dean.
Is that one of the greatest games, Dean? You can remember that Portsmouth game there?
The atmosphere, yeah. I mean, people forget. You know, we were still bottom at half time on the last day of the season. People say our bottom at Christmas, but we're actually bottom with 45 minutes to go.
Yeah,
it just needed an incredible sequence of results, and great game.
Yeah, I mean they use the term the Great Escape, don't they, quite flippantly now? But genuinely, that West Brom Portsmouth game was the greatest escape of all time, because you needed everything, to slot into place. I mean they've had a bad start, Dean. Well, they beat Oxford and then they've just capitulated to Norwich and not played well at all. How do you see this one going?
Typical Albion. It's probably potentially the easiest game of the three. So we all know what might happen, but
1-0 John Swift probably.
Of course, yeah. God, I forgot about him. Yeah,
that'll be it.
So we'll see. I'm looking forward to it already. To be honest, you know, it's full of confidence at the moment. So we can keep it going.
Okay.
But going back to your point about Johnston and who plays him or Grant, I think it's a squad game, isn't it now? And I think Mason does it very, very well. So, as Aaron said, when the team's tiring, it's not a bad sub to make and bring him on and start running at a defence. And we saw what happened in a few seconds on Saturday.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Great. Since we last chatted, of course, by the way, if you've just come across the channel thinking, what is this? Why have I never found it before? We have been going for a year, but we're building a brand new little community over here. If you're one of those people that gets tired of social media and people shouting down opinions, then you're very welcome here, because we celebrate everyone's opinion, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. So you're very welcome. Do drop us a quick subscribe. Since we last chatted, Aaron, there's some new faces that have arrived around the Hawthorns. This is one of them. Yes, Toby from Manchester. Aaron, what do you reckon?
Well, I mean, he only came on for about, what was it, 10 minutes against Wrexham, so obviously we didn't get to see a lot of him, but from his short cameo, it looked like, he's sort of the Malumbi prototype, where, he's a good presser, he's a workhorse, he's someone that provides a bit of energy in the midfield, which is obviously what you want. He's young and he's obviously got a point to prove. Coming through the academy at United, obviously you've always got a bit of a stick on your shoulder. It's something that he's got to prove as well. And I think him coming on loan here, in my opinion, we're still a promotion chasing side. So it's a good place for him to show his quality and show if he's got the minerals to become a good player.
Mm-hmm. Right, Dean, who was the last Birmingham City player to come over here then and be a success? Off the top of your head.
Of course, what's his name? Bill Belkin.
Yes.
Kevin Phillips went from us to Blues, didn't he? Or did he play for Blues first?
Well, regardless, I hope you're all going to get behind.
Sure, yeah. Oh, there's no problem.
Jeff Horsfield. Jeff Horsfield.
Jeff Horsfield.
Oh, Jeff Horsfield. Yeah.
I said Ben Foster.
Ben Foster.
Esquisolido's another one.
Brilliant.
Not
Joe
problem,
says, the first Christian Bellamy left because your shit is going to hit like crack. Joe says. Ben, we've spoke to the Blues fans about this one on Where Blues Walk, and they're very much of the point going, we don't understand this one at all. We'd have kept him. He's a decent player, really good championship player, and could have done a really good job for us. They don't get this at all. Quite sad to see him go. So bit of a coup for you.
Yeah, seems like it. Yeah, when we announced it, I was a little bit underwhelmed, to be honest. But when I kind of did a bit of reading of what Blues fans had to say for him, it seemed quite positive. I think he just didn't suit their system they're playing. But I think he's quite versatile, like you say, and he's a big lad. So I think I'll definitely offer that physical presence, which we lost Bartley, we've lost Ajay, we've lost Hegum, so we need that physicality in there. So I think it's a smart sign. Not much risk to it, low fee. So you take them all there.
Yeah. Do we need to shout out the recruitment team this week? They seem to have had a really good week, Aaron.
It looks like on the whole of it, but obviously it's too early to tell yet. Coming into the season, we'll definitely know whether these players that we're bringing in will have had the outcome and the desire that to win games, and will have had a massive impact on the team. Hopefully that's the case. But on the face of it, they're all quality players and they're all good additions, in my opinion.
Yeah, good stuff. Right, we shall leave the Wrexham game there aside, except for Dean. A decent away trip. Yeah, the first team to visit there, of course. Yeah, any advice to other visiting fans?
I found a cracking little bar right next to the ground in the students' union block. There was nobody in there before the game or after, hardly.
Well, no students are there. You wait till September, and
2 minutes from the away end, and we had a great night in Chester. So, the one end's gone at the moment. So obviously we're all crammed in along the side, but the atmosphere was brilliant. Especially with the European fans. But outside the ground before, it was ridiculous. There must have been an American film crew every few yards interviewing Wrexham fans. We were just a sideshow. I felt like the Harlem Globetrotters opponents. Nobody really bothered who they were playing. It was all about Wrexham. So it was nice to put one over them.
Good. Yeah, sounded a great away end as well with some Ryan Reynolds chants going on as well. Brilliant. Right, let's have a look at the Baggies that are left over the summer then, as we said we would do, and just to get your views on these. The main question here, Ben, is does have the club dropped a ball on any of them? Obviously, Hegham we wouldn't have wanted to lose. We've got obviously Swift, as we've mentioned, for Botta, Ajayi, Dean Garner was still without a club according to this as well. What any on there you would have kept?
No, I mean the other one's obviously Hegham, but you can't turn down, what was it, 10 million? We signed him 12 months ago for 500k, so for PSR and pure profit, you can't turn that down. My only gripe would be you give him another season and he carries on, would he go for 15, 20 then? But if someone comes in for 10 million after 12 months, you can't really turn it down. The rest of the lists, I'm not raving about anyone on that list, to be honest. I mean, no, nothing on there. I think we made the right decision on all those. I think we replaced most of them already, so we're still.
You were our official John Swift correspondent last year, so a final word on your man. You wish him well?
Well, apart from Saturday, obviously, when we play him on Saturday, but technically, like I've said before, technically he's a good player. He's a great player to have when you're 3-0 up at home in the sunshine, but when you go into Hull on a Tuesday night and you need to dig in, he's not the player you want out there, no.
Okay. Dean, a word on Hegham as well, because, like Ben's already hinted there, class player. Do you think we'll be hearing about him at Champions League level in years to come? Is he going to the top?
Possibly. I'm not 100% convinced. I mean, he's got a couple of ricks in him every game, to be honest. He's a good player, don't get me wrong, and we've had a good season out of him. But yeah, wish him well. Whether he'll make it to the top, not sure.
Okay. Let us know in the comment. Dean Garner, Dean as well.
Tried again, and it was never gonna work. Once Pereira went, he lost his mate, and he never came.
With Hegham as well, I didn't realise he's 26. I thought he was a lot younger than that. He's not like a young up-and-coming defender. I know he might be reaching his peak, but I thought he was a bit younger than that. But 26, but I think he'll do well still.
Okay, and finally this week then, where does this one rank? I mean, we know there's not too many things you can do with a West Brom kit. Bit of blue, bit of white, and there you go. But do you like this one, Dean?
It's all right. I'm actually to me, it's not the right colour blue. It's not navy blue. Navy blue is almost black, and it's the colour of a navy suit, isn't it? What the sailors wear. And I don't know. We seem to have veered away from that colour, but it's all right. Yeah, I don't buy it anyway. But
Ben.
Yeah, I mean it's quite similar to the last 4 or 5 we've had our dual borders for the last however many years, and from a distance they all look the same over the last few years. But when I've moved from Puma to Macron, I think it's just part of what happens. But it's it's like I said, it's the same as most of the others. There's not much you can do with it.
Bill. Right. Brilliant. We've lost Aaron again. Need to put more money in the meter wherever he is. But thanks so much, Aaron. Thank you much to you two as well. Enjoy the game against Pompey this weekend. It's definitely going to go in my over 2.5 goals accumulator. I think this is not going to be 0-0 this one. That is for sure. Thank you very much for watching. Do drop us a quick subscribe if you have only just found the channel. Really, really want to make some great West Brom content over the next 30 weeks or so. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a great week, everyone.